Hey guys, what's going on? Druzy here, back again with another South Park Phone Destroyer video, and I apologize a little bit for the lack of Phone Destroyer content over the last week. I needed a little break from the game. I wasn't feeling the weekend event last weekend. I know it was a Big Mesquite Murph weekend event. It's been there, done that. The cards kind of sucked. The event overall, in my opinion, wasn't that amazing. So I did play it very minimally. Didn't really like it that much, so I didn't stream it. I did make I think just one video last week, so this week there'll be more. That will not continue this week, so just letting you guys know that everything with me is fine. There's nothing wrong there. I just need a slight break, and that's about it. But the big focus of today's video, of course, is the balance changes that have been announced that won't be taking effect until the next seasonal reset, which I believe is next week. Yes, it will be a week from tomorrow, so that's something, I guess, to look forward to. For the weekend timetable, alternate human kite mission event for Monday and Tuesday. We've got the Assassin Affiliation Challenge, whatever the heck that means. And then we've got a good old Space Pilot Bradley weekend event, so that'll be fun. Right? Weekend event cards. So it looks like Chaos Mode on Wednesday and Thursday, as traditional, will be this week's theme will be Assassin's Affiliation. All Assassins will have boosted damage and health, and on top of that, we've made it so that energy regeneration is doubled. Interesting. Kind of. Not really. I'm not big on Chaos Mode, to be honest, guys. Mostly because I suck at it. So there's that. For the weekend event, there are the cards there. Nothing super exciting there, I would think. I mean, for me, I would go sci-fi and superheroes would be my opinion on that one. But here we go. We're just going to talk about the balance changes real quick. These are the important things. So Kyle is getting some love in this balance changes. We've had it previously with Wendy getting a lot of love at one time. But this time it's all about Kyle. Stan, I think, got some love one season or one balance change as well. But again, Gunslinger Kyle is getting his second buff in as many balance changes. I think this is the second in 3 or 4 changes. So they've raised his health another 18% from 85 to 100 and reduced his movement speed by 20%. So he'll stay back in the back further. Gunslinger Kyle, to me, he's not top tier for ladder. He's decent for Bronze League. Once you get to Silver, stop using him. But in Team Wars, he could be a lot better now. I feel like Gunslinger Kyle already is in a decent spot when they buffed his charge ability previously. So, for Team Wars and maybe for Chaos Mode, that's really about it. Because, I mean, nobody really does friendly fights consistently right now. So, I don't think, but again, I don't think Gunslinger Kyle's like top tier for ladder or anything like that. Bounty Hunter Kyle is probably getting the only real legitimate buff here. And it doesn't look like that on paper. But the fact that they're removing his pre-attack delay, which increases his overall attack speed by 20% initially. I'm not saying that it's going to increase his attack speed throughout the entire course of him being alive. So I think some people might misread the way that's worded by Toller there. But yes, the initial animation of Bounty Hunter Kyle starting his attack is delayed decently. But most of it is most likely him trying to get into range. Because most people put Bounty Hunter Kyle out of range of obviously doing an attack. So I'm not sure how much this pre-attack delay really will benefit Bounty Hunter Kyle on a huge grand scale buff or anything like that. But Bounty Hunter Kyle, since the health nerf and I believe damage output that he was mildly tweaked, this was over a year ago I think now, has kind of seen, he's kind of been in and out of the meta. But I don't think this puts him on the map, at least not for Legendary Arena. He's pretty solid in other areas, and he's the closest level 6 epic I think I have, but I need like another 120 copies or something like that to get him to 6. Yeah, if you don't have Bounty Hunter Kyle level 5, you should not use him in Legendary Arena, and most people don't really seem to use him that much anyways. Kyle Drows is an interesting change, or a buff, essentially. We've increased his health by 27% and reduced his movement speed by 20% again, so he gets basically the Gunslinger Kyle treatment, but it's slightly better. Kyle the Drows, his shielding is actually pretty solid. It's in a decent spot right now within the meta and the way that the meta's kind of shifted. But most people mostly use him to use Douglas's with. That's generally the norm for Kyle the Drows. Usually if you saw Kyle the Drows, you lightning bolted him right away because then you had to deal with a Dwarf Engineer Douglas or some other kind of Douglas that was just going to try to destroy your new kid. So maybe this will make him more viable with other types of decks. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Human Kite's getting a slight buff here, where they've reduced his charge rate by 25% from 20 seconds to 15 seconds, so it will come back a little bit faster. Now, it was very heavily nerfed in the past. It was, I believe, every 10 seconds, and then it was doubled to 20 seconds. So now it's being tweaked back down just slightly to 15 seconds. I don't think that's going to make Human Kite ridiculous. I think that's going to probably make him a little bit better and make him a little bit more that you have to really kind of deal with Human Kite again. So that's actually a pretty decent change. That will be probably more issues for Silver League, like people trying to get to Legendary Arena. But in the Silver Arenas, Human Kite might be a little bit more of a nuisance now because of this change. But the biggest issue in Silver League is being addressed here in these next two cards. In Dark Angel Red is getting the nerf. We've all heard you all loud and clear. Now, I get it that Red Links probably has to hear it from us all the time about certain cards being too strong. Space Pilot Bradley's still very strong. Hasn't been dealt with in a while. Dark Angel Red was dealt with, but dealt with in the wrong way, in my opinion. Now she's being brought back to reality here with a health nerf of 24% and an attack damage reduce of 22%. So I believe her stats go back to what it was when she was a 3 energy cost, but she's still 4 energy cost. So this is a much needed change. Dark Angel Red was too damn good for a month, and that was horrible. And Mary Jane Randy is the other plague of Silver League and is the strongest Randy right now in the game. And they're trying to bring him back down a little bit more to reality. They're reducing his attack by 20% and reducing his summoned plant health by 20% as well. So that'll be nice. A nice change. It's a crappy change for me because I do like Mary Jane Randy a lot, and he's helpful for me even at level 4 in Legendary Arena. But now I'll just have to wait till he gets to 5, and then he'll be back to the level that he is right now at level 4. But I mean, he is the plague of the Silver Arenas right now in ladder and stuff like that. And he's extremely strong in Team Wars. He's extremely strong in a lot of things that make him problematic. So I get this change is necessary. Mary Jane Randy is a very strong card. So it makes sense. The Dar and Mary Jane Randy are helpful balance changes as a whole. But there's still other cards that need addressed. I still think Space Pilot Bradley needs addressed. I don't understand why Gunslinger Kyle's now gotten double treatment on a common card. That's kind of confusing to me. Bounty Kyle the Drowves, it's whatever, and Human Kite is whatever, to be honest. But none of these balance changes, again, really ultimately change the meta in a huge way. It's just going to help Silver League a little bit with Mary Jane Randy. Human Kite's going to kind of hurt it a little bit back again. And Dar's change is necessary for all levels. So I'm okay with that to some degree, but there's other cards that still are widely plaguing the meta right now, and they're kind of being swept under the rug for a little bit. So I don't know. I'm not overly excited about these balance changes, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to change a whole lot, but it may help some people get to a Legendary Arena finally with Mary Jane Randy and being a little bit more under control. But what do you guys think of the balance changes? Obviously nothing super fantastic here other than the Dar nerf was necessary, so I'm okay with that. But that's really about it. I feel like now I'm just rambling, so I'm going to stop. And yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. That's really going to be about it for this video today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, guys, my name is Truth.